Hello, everybody. I am sitting here with my good friend Sam Sarver,
Hi.
former co-host of the Worms for Food podcast, and now he's slinging stuff online.
Yeah, that's what I
How's it
do.
going, Sam?
I'm good. Good. Thanks for having me here, Chad. I'm so fucking stoked to see you, bud.
Hell
I
yeah, dude. It's
can I,
good to see you too, man. You're looking good,
hey, you
especially with
as
that
well.
lamp on your lap.
Yeah, I had asked Chad if I should get some light, and the only light I had up here was a lamp. I'm in my like little nook in the attic here, and it's kind of dark. So I'm
Hell
stoked though,
yeah.
because it on this screen it looks like I just have a bed or like a fucking chair. I'm just in a ugly ass chair I found on the side of the street, and this lamp is in my lap. My grandfather made this lamp. This shit's fucking sick.
Hell yeah, dude. It looks sick.
Yeah.
So you're slinging stuff and you're done doing the podcast for a little bit, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I needed to do some self-care and yeah, I don't know. Just needing to like
I think
redirect.
what better self care than looting through some garbages and finding some cool shit to sell online.
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Some of the stuff I have like I've actually made like some all right money, and I know that's illegal, right, for me to go through people's trash, but I mean I'm totally cool with um um
I have no clue about the laws.
yeah, I don't either. I mean just
I'm
don't
pretty
judge me, all right? Some people throw some like cool ass shit away. Like I found a Coach purse and I sold it for $60 and it was in this person's dumpster in their fucking yard. And I was like, it's because people don't look at what they have before they throw it away. They just grab handfuls of shit and it's like, oh, okay, this is what you're gonna throw away is fucking sick. But yeah, I made $60 off a Coach purse out of some lady's garbage.
yeah. And you just said you found a Coachella flyer?
Yeah. I just on a walk with my dog or whatever, and I saw like this hippie ass looking poster sticking out of someone's garbage can, and then I grabbed it or I went to see what it was, and yeah, it was like a Coachella poster. It looks kind of like the flower from the Little Shop of Horrors and stuff, like kind of, but
Seymour?
yeah, a little more hippie.
Okay, cool, man.
Yeah,
Cool,
yeah,
dude.
yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, you know me. It's October, so let's get into some fucking horror, man. So
Fuck
you
yeah,
said
bud.
you've been a horror fan for a long time as well?
Yeah. Like my parents were never too they never really censored too much of what I watched as like a little kid. So like I was watching like I saw Exorcist when I was probably like 8 or 9 years old, which that's fucking gnarly ass flick for a 9-year-old to see. But
Oh yeah.
I
Oh
like
yeah.
that and Halloween. Like I fell in love with just the horror genre in
Sorry,
general.
I'm
From
still a little sick.
oh, you're good. You're good. Just
Probably
from
shouldn't be smoking.
those are the two movies that I first remember seeing as like a little kid was Halloween and other than that before that it was like Ernest Scared Stupid or some shit like that.
Right?
That movie's
I
sick.
can remember I can remember definitely renting Hellraiser and Nightmare on Elm Street. Those were two that stick out, but I mean, back in my day you had would you have like, Monster Vision or whatever,
Mhm.
TNT or
Yep.
TBS, Monster fucking Weekend or whatever.
Right.
But that would be a mix. I mean, I remember seeing Friday the 13th 6 and 3 or no, 6 and 4 were always on TV. Whatever one with Corey Feldman and
Yep.
then whatever the one later on.
Well, and I definitely saw the first Nightmare on Elm Street later on. Like, I think I had seen, 3 or 4 or 5. I can't tell you which ones are which or whatever, but I definitely saw them on television, but it was never the first one until I got into, I think, even high school. Like, I was like a freshman or sophomore in high school when I first saw the original first one.
Sure. I think I'm very much in that same boat. I think I totally remember seeing 3 and 4 all the time.
Mhm.
Dream Warriors and I don't think it's Dream Child. Maybe it's Dream Child. I can't remember now. But I definitely I'm with you, man. Like I don't remember seeing the first one, the first Nightmare on Elm Street till way later in life.
Right. Well, and, like, I think same for me with probably Friday the 13th because like you always everyone knows who Jason is, but the first one you only see Jason at the end. You know what I mean? Like that's
Yeah.
if
Yep.
you don't know like the specific movies that I only knew that it was Jason on the TV because Jason was on the TV. That's how I knew it was a Friday the 13th. And then I think probably a few years later,
Same.
then I saw that first one. I was like, oh shit, it's fucking Crazy Mom. Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking sick. Like,
Spoilers.
yeah. No, sorry guys. If you haven't seen it, fuck off. It's like 40 years old. But no, that was like a good surprise too. I think when I was like probably a freshman or sophomore in high school, but all those other ones, I was more of a Halloween guy. Like I saw Halloween when I was a little kid and I had
Yeah.
to see every single one. Michael's my guy. Like out of those three, those are like the three slasher dudes, I think. And he's my dude out of all three. I fucking love all of them for different reasons, but yeah.
Yeah, I can remember definitely seeing a TV cut of Halloween. They used to do, like I said, they would always do marathons when I was a kid. So even like around October and maybe not even October, fuck, middle of July, you
Right.
might just turn on TBS or something, and what's his name, Bob,
Bob.
the drive-in host.
Oh
I
yeah, yeah,
can't
yeah,
think of his
yeah. And
name right now.
I don't remember his last name, Bob.
Yeah, but yeah, so I would watch the Monster Vision, and I'd watch Joe Bob Briggs Drive-In or whatever. I don't even know if it was called Drive-In at the time. It was
Right.
probably called something else.
Right.
But yeah, he used to do pretty much run TNT and TBS's horror shit.
Well, yeah, man, and it's crazy like some of the stuff that they would show on those TV shows. Like I understand that it's like obviously edited for like safe for TV or whatever, but it's still like
Yeah.
scary ass shit. And like I was a channel surfer, so I'd there's a possibility I'd find some shit I probably shouldn't see.
Yeah, you'd run into like Return of the Night of the Living Dead, Linnea Quigley just dancing naked on a gravestone and stuff.
Or you tune into Texas Chainsaw and she's in the back of the
Oh,
truck
yeah.
just laughing her ass off, and you're like, I don't know what the fuck just happened here, but I like that scene alone out of context is so creepy of her in the back of the truck,
Oh yeah, dude, after she gets out of all that hell.
Yep.
Definitely full disclosure, I did not see Texas Chainsaw Massacre till way late in life.
Like
Not even by like not wanting to. I never came across it. I'm sure
when
Zeb
like
probably
how
like
old?
hooked me up with it or something. Oh god, had to have been 15, 16, maybe
Oh,
even 17, 18.
really?
I had
Yeah,
seen Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 because I remember the intro with the two rich cocky kids that are driving that little fucking sports
yep,
car that they got,
yep.
and then fucking Leatherface is in the truck next to him and he's wearing that full fucking draped outfit. Like I
Yeah.
remember that, but I never actually saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre 1 until way later in life. And I
Well,
think Freddy kind
yep.
of lends himself to kids, not like in that way. Maybe that's worded wrong, but you kind of knew who Freddy was when you were a kid. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Well, and like the storyline more so goes with that. Like no kids are just like cruising out in a vehicle into the middle of nowhere when they're like little kids, unless you live out there or you're out at a camp. Hence, Jason out at camp. I almost said Camp Crystal Lake, Camp Crystal Lake, but yeah, I think Freddy was much more accessible to a kid because the topic
His
or the
power too,
it well, yeah, the dreams and
kind of
like
really scared the shit out of kids, man. It's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
dude, he's gonna get you in his dreams, man.
Well, and he's gonna find you no matter where you're at. It doesn't have to do with the vicinity of where you're going, whereas Texas Chainsaw Massacre does, Jason does. I mean, Halloween, they just go to and back and from different houses. And I mean, they do like, he's at the hardware store and shit like that. But
Yeah, that one, Michael never scared me so much as where Freddy did, because Freddy seemed more personable, like in your house. Like he could get
yep,
you anywhere,
yep. Well, and Michael more so, I think people root for Michael. People like Michael, like that he's the antagonist you're rooting for. I think for some people that
The
watch that movie.
anti-hero.
Yeah, 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 dude. And I don't think, I mean, obviously when you're watching it, he's the bad guy, he's the murderer, but I think that he has such love because he was like the OG of that
Yeah,
slasher
for sure.
of that slasher genre. So I think everyone's just like Yeah, that's fucking Michael
I
Myers.
mean, there were a couple more before that. You had Black Christmas. I think that one came a couple years before Halloween.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah, same. Yeah, Black Christmas was in the 70s too, and that
Mhm.
was your kind of your POV. You're in the eyes of the killer kind of thing. Sorority house killing stuff like that.
Mhm. Well,
But
and I like to
they didn't make it famous, and a lot of people didn't like. They didn't like you fucking with Christmas.
No,
Like
no, yeah.
there was a war on horror movies and Christmas, man. I remember, like Silent Night, Deadly Night had a lot of shit for being a Christmas horror movie. Like they're taking away our rights.
I always I always wanted do you remember this is not a horror flick, but, you know, the movie Scrooged with Bill Murray? Yeah?
Sure, yeah,
It
fuck you.
it starts at the beginning, they're pitching him, like, all the shows or whatever for that following, like, Christmas season, and
Yeah,
one of them is the special that's, like, an action flick, but it takes place at the North Pole in, like in Santa's workshop, and it's
yeah,
all the
yeah,
elves
yeah.
around
Yep.
Santa, and then this guy comes in with the machine gun, Lee Majors, and he's like,
Lee.
it's Lee Majors," and, like, I think that's his name, but I always wanted to
That's
see
totally
that
his name.
I always wanted to see that Christmas movie. That was the one I wanted to see. And that's how you can fuck with Christmas. Make it a goofy ass action movie like Hot Shots, you know?
The newest one that I saw, oh my god, I think it's called A Christmas Horror Story. That one came out a couple years back. That one was pretty fucking brutal.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
haven't
that
seen
one has Will Shatner. He plays a radio host, and
sick.
like the whole time while there's like the movie's going on, like he keeps getting reports of something going on at the mall, but like they never really tell you. And I'm not going to spoil it, or maybe we'll touch on that movie a different time. But
Yeah,
yeah, A
yeah.
Christmas Horror Story is nuts, dude. Santa's
I'll
all buff and shit, and he's got a fucking sleigh that he fucking kills people with. It's fucking
Oh,
wild.
Santa's the killer? Sick. Cause
No, I think he's going up against Krampus
oh,
or
okay.
something like that. I don't know. It's definitely check it out.
Yeah,
Highly recommend checking out A Christmas Horror Story. It should be on Netflix. That's where it originally aired.
okay, okay.
So
I'll have to I'll I'll have to check
definitely.
I'll have to check that out because I love both Halloween and Christmas season. So it's like after my birthday, the year's like pretty much over. I mean, it's already begun in January, but like October to December is like the best time of year because I love Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah, my favorite time of year is
Yeah,
autumn, man. I
yeah,
mean, my birthday is definitely in October, so that's
yeah,
rad too.
yeah,
But
yeah. Well, you got a birthday coming up, right?
Thursday,
Yeah, sick, sick. Chad, are you stoked or no?
yeah, I'll be
Are you one to
29 for the 30th year.
29 for the 30th year? You're trying to tell me that next year you'll be 60?
No,
No,
fuck, dude,
I'm just kidding.
for the 20th or whatever. But yeah, I'll be 43.
Sick, dude. Are you stoked?
Yeah, totally. I don't really it 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 hasn't been the best birthdays in the last couple years, so
Uh-huh.
like I just don't really care anymore. Not
Well,
like in a bad way, like fuck my birthday sucks. It's just I just wake up and if somebody wants to hang out or go get food or something or do something, I'm totally cool with it. But like as far as like me making an event and fucking inviting 30 people to my birthday or something, yeah, that shit don't happen anymore.
well, do you want to get together and you and I we could rent out a theater and then watch a horror flick at the theater?
Shit, if it's a possibility, yeah.
That's probably that
I told you I was busy on Thursday because you
No, I
wanted to
know.
do this on Thursday.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Thursday, I'm supposed to go out to dinner with my friend Ange, and then we'll probably just get drinks, and then I'll end up being home by like 10 o'clock. But it's definitely something we could do.
That'd be a lot of fun. Uh, because
Where can we rent out a theater?
I'm pretty sure you can do it at all of them, man. During the pandemic, I learned like we went to the theater a few times and it costs about the same as like we went with 5 people and it would be about the same to like rent the theater as it would have
To
been
get
for
a
like our
ticket for
tickets.
it?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
125, $150 or something like that and you just like give them the DVD and they're like, "Here you go. Here's your fucking room." So
Yeah, we
it'd
did
be a
that for
sick
my buddy
fucking
Noah's
time.
birthday, and we did it with video games and a movie.
And I've seen
They
them
let
do the
us hook
video
up.
games, man.
Yeah, they let him hook up his Xbox. So we first played some video games for like a half hour, and then we like got food, and then we watched a movie. I can't remember what movie or anything right now.
Right.
But yeah,
Well,
it was like $25 a head. Like I had to pay $25 to go.
okay. Yeah, we watched Death Wish for Brooke's birthday last year at the theater, and that movie is
Shit.
fucking sick.
Classic.
Yeah, so good.
Classic.
Yeah.
Well, I am here to talk to you about one of your favorite horror movies ever.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's in my top 10. It's probably not my favorite, but I do love it. And we're
Mhm.
going to talk about The Shining, Stanley
Yes.
Kubrick,
Yes, and Jack,
a
my dude
m-
Jack.
based on a book by Stephen King. So, would you like to start me out with a little Sam synopsis?
Yeah, Jack Torrance is a writer, and him and his wife and his son, they have the opportunity. He's going to get a gig for the winter to be the like watchman. He's the only person, or their family are the only people. They're the only people that are going to be living at this huge resort in the middle of the mountains, and
The Stanley
the
Hotel.
the Stanley Hotel. It's and I think it's the Outlook Hotel in real life, right? Brooke and I, we plan to do a
Oh
trip
yeah,
out.
yeah, you're right. I
Yep.
think in the book it's the Stanley, but in the movie it's the Outlook. Because
It's
the maze head says the Outlook, I
okay.
think.
Oh, okay, okay. But yeah, I mean, uh, so he's getting this job in the winter so that they have some time, or so he has some time to like write a new fucking book, because he's like, his in his eyes, he's like, oh, I just gotta fucking, tune the boiler, keep the pipes warm so this place doesn't just like shut down or whatever. It's this huge ass resort. He's gonna be there with his son and his daughter, or his wife, and they stuff just shit starts to go on. You also know in the backstory, Jack is a drinker, an ex-drinker. He's not currently drinking when the movie starts, and when he's been sober for about a year or something like that. You'll say
Yeah. In the
year
book,
and
I can't remember.
no, I year or year and a half, something like that. And that comes into a factor later because Jack starts to hallucinate, and there's no alcohol in the hotel at the beginning of. They note that in the movie.
Yeah.
The guy says, "No, that's all
For
taken."
insurance purposes.
They clean all that out, and then Jack says, "Oh, well, that won't be a problem." He's telling him, because I'm a sober dude. And then from that point on, some shit gets fucking weird. Jack starts to talk to people and see some gnarly shit,
Start seeing shit.
and Jack starts to, all he's focusing on is this. He's got to write this book, man. He's got to write this book. And if you ever read the Stanley King book, The Shining, they really hit that home, is that I got to fucking do this job and I have to write this book. Like, he's so in his head about like, this is my duty. I have to fucking do this. And then in the movie, you can see that in Jack Nicholson's face, because he's lost it. And after one altercation with his family, then it just like, it turns a switch to where,
Yeah.
he's been at the verge, and then he loses it. And it's basically, cabin fever at its fucking worst.
All right. We can get into all that stuff when we get there. There is a huge, huge fucking light switch turn about midway through the movie where, well, all right, well, let's just start it out. Fucking
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. Was that an all
Stanley
right
Kubrick
synopsis?
film.
Was that
Yeah,
an all
man,
right?
that was great.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
dude, you just all you gotta do is just say what the movie's about.
okay, okay. Sick.
That's simple. You don't want to go too deep into it because then we'll touch on things that we'll be touching on. But so the film opens up with a huge, huge drive. Like that first opening, what would you say? Like probably 5 minutes is
I would.
just that
Yeah,
car
yeah,
driving.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're in like a Volkswagen Beetle, right, or something like
Yeah,
that,
it's
through the
very
mountains.
slow opening.
Yep.
Very slow opening, man. It's just they're driving up against this mountainous background forever and ever. And then Jack Torrance gets there, gets the job, and he's talking to Stuart Allman, and he
Mm-hmm.
kind of breaks it down with Lloyd, right? Or no, not Lloyd. Who's the other
Nope.
dude? The dude that he
Nope.
meets in the bathroom. He's like, I
Oh,
heard you chopped your family up.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. What is that guy's name? Because later on he like sees a picture of that guy.
Grady?
Grady,
Yeah,
Grady, and
yeah, it's
that's
Grady.
because there's like the current like manager of the whole place clues him in that there was this family
Yeah,
that.
that's Stuart Allman.
Yep,
That's the main dude.
yep.
So he basically like meets with Stewart. They kind of go through. He tells him a little bit about like the history of the place, and then he's like, I don't know if the fucking employment company told you or not in Denver, but there's kind of some fucking shady shit that's happened here,
Yeah,
and he doesn't even care. He's like, my wife Wendy's a horror enthusiast. Let's go.
yeah. Yeah, just brushes it off 100%. Just yeah, that's what he straight up just
Well, I mean,
says.
any normal person, you hear something like that. I mean, I mean, you're obviously not going to think that there's ghosts and shit.
No, but
You
maybe
wouldn't think anyways.
maybe like with my imagination I go to catastrophic thinking, but I mean this guy's already. We're not talking about me. We're like Jack went out of his way to get this isolated job. Like isolation
Yeah,
would freak me
he
out,
wants this isolated
Li-
job, definitely.
that already scares me. Like just being out in the middle of these mountains, like you're basically your own town out there. They don't plow it in the winter. Like he's stuck there.
Yeah, when they're talking about how like, like on average, what did I know he says more than 20, but I could have swore he was like average snowfall here is like, 20 fucking 40 feet or something. He's
It
like,
was
we're
it's
not gonna pay a plow to fucking, to
right.
plow this fucking road. It's 25 miles long, the whole canyon road up there.
Well, and
So yeah, they definitely they're
that's why they do
yep.
that long ass shot in the beginning is to show you like, and you're not thinking of that while you're watching it. You're just like, "Oh, it's the credit scene, whatever." If you haven't seen the
Yeah.
movie, you don't know the
Yep.
story, that's what you're thinking. It's the credit scene, whatever. But like
Yes.
then you but Stanley Kubrick does that to show you they're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
Like this is
He's
they're
showing a lot of
not by
time passing.
anything. Yeah, yeah, exactly. And it's been a road trip through the fucking mountains to get here. Like that's a
Yeah.
big point of the thing.
So he gets the job. He calls Wendy and he's like, "Hey, got the job. We're gonna come out here." And right away, I did a little rewatch last night and just trying to pick up on maybe some things I hadn't noticed. But he's kind of a fucking prick right out the gate.
Jack?
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
he's really, really kind of a fucking prick. When they're in that car ride out there with Danny in the back seat and Wendy next to him,
yeah,
you can see the whole fucking time. He's like rolling his eyes at everything they say. He's like, Jesus, shut the fuck up.
yep, yep, and
Like,
he
I
and
don't know. I know in the book, him and Danny's relationship is way better in the book. Like they're
right.
like buddies in the book. It's not so standoff, but I don't know. Like he just
Well, and
like
he's
there is
very
that switch moment when he's like doing his when he's writing and like she comes in and interrupts him. But
yeah.
even before that, he's kind of a dick.
Yeah, but I think that, Jack Nicholson establishes Jack's normal disposition at that point. Like this is how he
Yeah,
talks to his family all the time, and he's like very just almost condescending to his wife and his son,
very
very,
condescending.
very,
Fuck
very
yeah.
dismissive because his dad's like talking to him in the back, and he's like, "Yeah, what's up?" Like, "Yup, uh huh,
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah,
is,
that's
son,"
great.
and like
Well, dude,
he's
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 talking to him
trying, but
about
it's the best he
cannibal.
can
They're
do.
talking about the Donner Party, and like his son just knows what cannibals are.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, cool. He's like, I would have never at that age known what a cannibal was.
Well, I think Jack even like mentions like they, how much TV he watches or some shit like that. He says
Yep.
that, yeah.
I think Danny does.
Oh,
He's like,
okay,
I've
okay.
seen that on TV. I
Yep,
know.
yep, yep.
But yeah, they're kind of talking about the Donner Party and stuff. But even then though, like Wendy's like, oh, wasn't that around here? And he's like, I think that was a little more to the west. And he just fucking just rolls his eyes.
He's like, "Why are you even asking me this question?" She's like, "We're
Yeah,
like,"
really. He's
and from
just
her perspective, she's like, "We're in the middle of nowhere. I want to know where we're going. I want to, like we're trying to figure out like some history. What's up, dude? There's been a long car ride. Talk to me." And he's
yeah,
just like,
or
"Let's get
just,
out here."
like normal conversations that two loving people have with each other,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, they kind of portray him as a prick right out the gate. I mean, he has his moments like where she brings him breakfast, but even during that breakfast scene, he's just fucking stabbing that bacon into the egg, and like you can see him kind of looking at her like, "Bitch, I'm gonna fucking kill you."
Yep, they just show, because you made a good point. In the book, their relationship is a lot better. Like, he's not
Definitely
he's
with him and Danny.
yeah,
I don't really know. I can't remember so much about him and Wendy. I mean, they had their normal stuff,
right.
but I just know that in the book, him and Danny are way. They're not so. It's not so standoff with them.
When you can Jack Nicholson puts off the vibe almost like he's already at the edge a little bit, like, and then you hear later on that something happened between him and Danny when he was still drinking, and like she mentions it to somebody that was at the hotel.
Social worker.
Yeah.
No, I don't think they're at the hotel yet.
Oh, is
It's
that
in the
what it was?
beginning, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
they're just at his house.
But he mentions, like, when
I
he was
think.
still drinking, Danny was on his papers, and then, Jack, like, grabbed him rough and, like, broke his arm or something, or broke his wrist, or, like, it's
Yeah, yeah.
implied, like, something like that. So, like, that was
It's when he first walks into the, gold room and he
oh,
first
yeah.
runs into Lloyd
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's when he meets that girl in room 237. It's
Yep.
actually right after they get done having an argument,
Yep.
and he's like it's that part where he's sleeping and he's like, "Ah, ah, ah," and he's all screaming, and then Wendy comes in and she's like shakes him up, and she's like, "I had a dream that I killed you fucking people, you know?" And then Danny comes walking in and she's like, you did this. And that's when he goes to the gold room and he starts talking to Lloyd about it.
Oh, yeah, and then he's like
He's like,
complaining and
one little fucking
getting
incident. He's like,
yep.
it happened one fucking time. He's like, I didn't fucking hurt him, blah, blah, blah. But in the book, you find out too that he fucked up one of his students too, didn't he?
I think so. I think, because
Yeah.
you get more of a backstory behind them in the book, because
Yeah.
in the movie, it's literally you pick up some of the pieces, but it's still such a mystery, like, it's just portrayed by those 3 actors. I
Yeah.
think
And like
those
you
di
said, they really focus a little bit more on his writing and stuff too.
yeah. Yeah, like, it's definitely, um like, you don't, because even in the book, like, you actually see him doing his job, or, like, you hear of him being down in the boiler room, and then he's starting to lose it. Like, that was, like, a spot that he would go to in the book, but
Yeah. They don't show a lot of that in the movie.
in the movie, the only person that you see doing any of the work is Wendy. Wendy is like,
Yeah.
she's in the kitchen, like checking or like down in the furnace room, checking the numbers. She's in the freezer looking at the shit. And Jack is only focusing on writing. And Wendy's like taking care of the place and worried about her fucking son and husband, who are both kind of off.
They're definitely off. That's
Yeah.
fucking for sure.
Yeah.
So let's let's rewind.
Yeah.
So they get to the hotel. They get kind of set up. You meet what's his name? Scatman.
Scatman
He
Crothers.
is Danny's buddy.
Hmm.
Yep. So they kind of give him a tour, and that's where you find out that Danny's got the shinning.
The Shining.
The shining.
Can you shine?
Well, he's in his head right away, and like I don't
Oh,
even know.
yeah.
He's like when he's calling him Doc and stuff, and he's like, "Yo, you want a bowl of ice cream and all this stuff." So they're kind of giving the parents the tour, and then you kind of find out during this part what the Shining is. It's basically like Scatman's talking about how when when he was a kid, him and his grandma could have full conversations without using their voice and stuff. So it's
Right, right,
kind of like a form of telepathy.
right. Halloran. Halloran is his name
Yes, yes,
in
yes.
the movie. Yep, yep, yep. But he's like
I'm just
the
lucky that Jack's name is Jack because I just
right,
keep saying Jack.
right, right, right.
I haven't called what's her name Duvall yet, but yeah. So
Yeah,
Wendy, Jack, and Danny.
yeah, Shelley. Um, but yeah, Scatman Dick Halloran, Dick
Yep, Dick
Halloran.
Halloran.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I think he's like the kitchen manager or something like that. So he's showing first he's
Yeah,
showing
he's
Wendy
definitely
the
some kind
kitchen,
of kitchen
and that
crew.
yeah, and then just sits down to shine or talk about shining with
Yep.
Danny, and this is the first. Like Danny always explained it as it's his fucking imaginary
Tony,
friend
man.
when he was a kid. Tony, yes, Mrs.
Yeah.
Torrance.
Lives
Um,
in his
uh,
mouth,
yeah, yeah.
hides in his
Um,
tummy.
and but this guy's the first guy that he's ever talked to that or literally ever
Can do
talked to
it
about
too.
this. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And this guy knows what you're talking about. This little kid's just been doing this, for a while. This thing
Well, I
that he
don't think in the book or in the miniseries, because I own the miniseries too.
Oh,
In
wow.
the book and stuff, it's not so much this, and it's not in the miniseries. It's just a dude that he can't really see.
Mhm.
Like
What
he's like I mean, spoiler, it's him from the future in the miniseries.
Danny?
Yeah,
Oh,
because Danny's talking to
wow.
himself from the future. Because on the cutscenes at the end, when it shows him going to college, it's Tony. It's the dude that played Tony is him.
Man, I gotta find this
So I'm not sure
miniseries.
if that I'm not. Oh, I got it, son. It's
Okay.
with Rebecca Demorenshield and this other guy from Wings. One of the guys from Wings, and what other movies was he on? He was just like a
Fucking
TV show guy because it's a
fucking
made for
wings.
TV movie.
Right, right.
And then the kid is the kid from. I saw him in something else too. I don't know. He's got a real pudgy, fucking kind of weird looking face, to be honest.
We'll say
But
it's
yeah,
the
I
okay.
own the miniseries if you'd ever like to see it.
I'd
It's
love to
horribly
I'd love to see
bad.
it. Oh, I'm sure it
Stephen
is.
King wrote and directed it
So if you
because
yeah,
he didn't like the 1981. This one came out in 1997. It's not good. It's
oh,
not good. It's a fucking sleeper, that's for sure. It'll put you to sleep.
well because he made it well known that he didn't like the movie from 80. He and Kubrick pretty much like argued about everything the whole way, and then when it came out, or I doubt he had
Yeah,
much of a
well,
say while
he
Stanley
puts
was
it
doing
he
it, but
puts it in a way where he says that Stanley Kubrick just couldn't wrap his mind around the fact that a hotel could be haunted. Like even you said earlier, you said cabin fever. That's
yep,
not what the book is about. It's not, but the movie sure as fuck is.
yeah,
Because that's how they kind of portray it. They portray it as cabin fever. It's not. It's the hotel literally alive and trying to scare the shit out of these people.
right.
But yeah,
In the book,
he
there's
just said
the
that.
yeah. Oh, sorry.
No,
In
no,
in
I'm just
it,
reiterating something that I had already heard that Stephen King had said in some interview at one time that he just said, I don't think Stanley Kubrick could wrap his mind around the fact that a hotel could be haunted. He
and then the
needed to
hotel.
make it something
Yeah,
external or internal. You know what I mean? Like he needed to make it something that he could believe himself, like in his
right,
head. Like, why would this guy go crazy? Oh, cabin fever. Well,
right,
that's not what it's about at all.
right,
But that sure is how that movie is portraying it.
right.
Because right away, it's like a month later. Just
Yep.
boom, month later. And then it's like Tuesday. Like, what month are we in and what fucking Tuesday is this?
Well, in the book especially, like, you get the haunted feeling right away when the shrubs are, like, starting to creep out of the maze. You know what I'm saying? Like, throughout the book, you're hearing about these things creeping out of the shrubs and these different shaped
Yeah,
shrubs
well,
and
the
stuff like
shrubs
that.
are coming alive and
Yeah,
stuff like that, and normally, and there's just like you said in the book, there's the boiler room stuff. Like, there's so much internal monologue going on in the book that it's so hard to translate that to film sometimes.
yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of people do it well, you know.
Well, and that's not to
I bet he.
say, like, it was also up to Stanley Kubrick's interpretation to make the movie The Shining because they aren't the same thing, like the book and the movie. And that's where, I mean, you just said the miniseries sucked, so obviously Stanley Kubrick knew what he was doing.
Well, yeah, the movie just doesn't translate well in that aspect,
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
and I mean, I
And
think
it
that
didn't help that you are gonna tear this whole thing apart, aren't you? The other thing is like the CGI they used just was horrible. And
which
then there's a whole like
oh in the
when
miniseries,
they show the yeah, in the miniseries the CGI is horrible for those plants. It's like a lion and a tiger or a zebra or somebody. Like it's bad. So what I really liked there coming through this middle part before Jack is really going off the rails. The sound design is so good.
Yeah.
There are so many different like today there would be just junt junt these big jump scares. There was none of that. It was all very just like the music really like let you know how he was feeling. Like
Mhm.
there's a full harpsichord part that's like doing this fucking, pretty thing, but
Mhm.
it's eerie. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like I really like the different they didn't just fucking pinhole it into one sound effect. They use so many different types of music to express the
Well,
feelings and
and
like how you should feel at
right.
times,
Well, and not even just music, but, like, they one of my favorite shots of the entire thing is the long follow scene behind Danny, on the
Yeah,
big wheel through all the
definitely.
hallways because and the only thing you can hear is the big wheel that he's cruising around on going from
When it skips the rugs,
carpet to rug,
yeah,
to hard floor to carpet to rug to hard floor. Like, it is
yeah,
one of the best, like, audio in a horror movie because audio is everything in a horror flick. That and
yeah,
darkness. Like, those are the 2
yeah.
things that you need at least somewhere in conflict. And,
I
like,
also like the tennis ball scene. The sound design in there. I mean, you really hear that fucking ball
oh,
popping,
when
you
he's
know?
chucking it at the wall,
When he's just chucking it at that wall, dude. There's nothing else going on. All you hear is
it's to show you how big this fucking place is. It's just them
yeah.
there, like, managing through this
That
winter.
Colorado lounge is fucking huge, dude, and that's where he's working most of the time too, I believe. I think he's in the
Yeah.
Colorado lounge
Yeah,
most
yeah.
of the time.
He's at that huge desk, at the other end from the stairs, I'm pretty sure, like, the whole flick, and
Yeah.
what an insane like, I would want to be in a smaller space to work, like, that's way too large with seeing nobody, I don't that's just weird to me.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I like working right here, just like I'm at my table.
Yep, yeah,
I'll even like tonight when I get done here, I'll just go into my bedroom and I'll start editing stuff. I can do it just laying in my bed.
and jerk off, and yeah.
Yeah. Just rub one out over you and me talking. Fuck yeah. Oh yeah. God,
Sa
we look good.
Sam was on point tonight. That lamp he's got in his
Right?
hand, he's holding that lamp real
Just
nice.
just holding that lamp, man. So we get in here and now we've been there well over a month. And
Yep,
like you say,
it's winter
Kubrick's
now.
trying to, yeah, it's definitely winter now. And, you're definitely getting the vibe that things are going a little fucking goofy.
Yep.
Like fucking somebody's losing their mind and I don't know who, but definitely starts with Jack. I mean, even like I was saying prior, he's already, like you said, condescending. He's kind of dismissive about things. Well, now he's full blown. So Wendy walks in and is she wanting to bring him lunch or is she just asking him how he's doing or something? And that's when he just fucking goes
He
off the rails. The
just
the
flips
first
out at
time.
her.
That's the
Yep.
yeah, he's like, if you hear me in here typing, whatever. He's like, fucking fuck off. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Every time you fucking come in here, you fuck up my concentration
Yep.
and all this shit. And she's like, well, I was just gonna see if you wanted some sandwiches and blah blah blah. He's like, I'll fucking eat when I want to. Get the fuck out of here. And that's just the first time, because then I don't think Danny isn't going too crazy yet. And I mean,
Well, doesn't
it's
he
been
comes
well
across the
noted that they put
girls.
her through hell through this fucking thing. Well, no, the girl, yeah, yeah, well, okay, yeah. So that's the first thing that goes a little cuckoo, right? Is when he's doing the fucking when he's on the big wheel.
He's on the big wheel and he runs into the 2 girls and they're talking to him and then he sees the visuals of what
Yeah,
happened to
come with
them
us,
because
stay with
because
me forever or
Danny
whatever.
knows shit's weird before mom does. And then once Danny's like noticing this place is fucked up, then
Well,
she
when hi
starts
when him and Dick are, talking downstairs when they first meet, he's like, "Is this hotel telling you anything?" And he's like, maybe." And he's,
right.
like, kinda thinking about it. He's already seen the elevator.
Yep.
Like, that was the main thing, like, when he first got there, he sees the ele is that when he's looking in the mirror?
He's looking down the
I can't
hallway.
remember.
He's looking down the hallway and then saw it at
No, I think
the
he's laying in bed or something, and he just has a vision of it.
Oh, okay.
if I remember correctly, the first time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they show that elevator scene a couple times with all the blood. But yeah, it slowly gets just crazier and crazier, and Jack is just losing his fucking mind
Well,
and just becoming an asshole.
well, and there's the scene where it is the like because Danny moves the plot along for the first hour of the movie. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
he finds the girls in the hallway, they talk to him, and then on another and you just see Jack gradually losing it. And then
Yeah.
Danny goes into that room. He goes into 237.
Yeah, which Dick already told him at the beginning of the movie too. Again, he goes, "What's in room 237?" And right away, Halloran was just like, "You don't ever go in that room." He's
Like
like, "You have no business going in that room." And he was
he's
like,
like
"Okay."
stern. He's stern because this guy because and Danny asks Halloran, "Are you afraid of this place?" And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
and
Yep.
he doesn't know what to fucking say, you know? Um,
He's like, "Nah, man, you crazy. I'm not fucking scared of this place. I got to get out of here. I'll see you guys later, man. Y'all
best thing
stay
about
up."
Halloran too is you come into him randomly, at some point, probably in the midway point, and it's just like him chilling at his apartment after he's gotten home from the resort, and he's just in his bedroom, and
Yeah,
there's
he's
just
in Miami.
these sexy naked like huge
Women on his
afro women
walls.
on all his
Yeah.
walls, and that's all you see in his entire apartment is that, and then his like
Fuck yeah,
furniture.
dude. Nubian goddesses, man.
But
No, he definitely, yeah. He's like, that's when he starts kind of having, well, no, the the radio broadcast, the TV broadcast. That's when they're like,
oh
we've been up
yeah,
to 20 feet of snow already, and blah blah blah. And that's when he's like, oh shit. He's like, I might need to fucking run back. Like, imagine just running back to Colorado. Like, you're in
yeah,
fucking Florida, and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna cruise back to Colorado real quick.
yeah. Only a good 20 hours or whatever how long that ride is.
What is it from here? It's only about 2 hours from Minnesota, so yeah, probably about 8 hours, maybe. Because it's 4 hours from here to Vegas, and
Oh,
that's a little bit
you're
further.
talking a plane. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking a
I
car.
hope the motherfucker didn't take a scooter there. Just
Yeah,
wee lights up
Cruising
lights
through
up
the
a little
mountains of
mini scoot
Colorado
like
like
on fucking Dumb and
Dumb and
Dumber.
Dumber.
It's just fucking Dick Halloran cruising down the road, fucking goggles on and shit.
That John Denver's full of shit, man.
Yeah, right.
But Danny
So
ventures into
now
237. That's where we were at.
that,
Because
yeah, well then he that's when Danny goes up there, and that's got to be right around the time where he sees the girls,
yeah. Well, that's
or at
after he
least
sees the
shortly
girls.
after that.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep,
And then he comes downstairs, and he's got a huge scratch mark on his face, and he's kind of disheveled.
yep.
But at the same time, prior to that, this is after Jack had already yelled at Wendy once. She's cooking fucking food. She's like dumping out a thing of fruit cocktail, like she's making lunch, and she keeps hearing these screams.
Yeah.
And she fucking just beelines it down that hall. And that's where Jack's just laying on the table. And he's like, he's wearing that fucking his famous red jacket. Yeah, and he's sitting there screaming. And then that's when Danny comes in after they kind of, I wouldn't even call it an argument. Like, I think he's struggling, at this point, he's trying to show that he's struggling.
He knows he's trying to fight it, and he knows that he's not going to be able to control this. You can kind of get the
Yeah,
vibe like
because you
he
can you
knows
can
he's
see
losing it.
when you can see when he's there and when he's not, and it almost seems like some of the stuff could possibly be dream sequences. I don't see Kubrick doing that,
No.
but you can kind of see how that first scene could have been a dream, because if you notice, before he gets to the bar again, his
Mhm.
hair is all back and nice and slick. 2 scenes before that, his hair was all over the fucking place and wild. So, like, I don't know if they're trying to contrast that or if that's just a continuity error or what. But when he
Yeah,
walks
but
down that hall, he's kicking the fucking ground. He's like, "You think I would fucking fuck him, do this, and that?" And he walks into the Colorado lounge. Nobody's in there. He puts his head down on the table. He lifts it back up, and Lloyd's right there. Now he's fully slicked. His hair's back to normal again. And that's when he's like, how's my credit here? Because he's
Well, I
like,
think
then he gets served that drink.
but that's kind of that's like Jim Carrey in Me, Myself, and Irene. When he goes to the other guy, he looks
Where the fuck are we going with this now?
I'm
Holy
saying
shit.
I'm saying he looks way different. Like it's to change the character. It's to show you. I think that was deliberate, is what I'm saying. Like I think Kubrick,
Yeah.
it wasn't a continuity thing, because I think he's showing you this guy is a different person right now. Like this isn't,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So I think making him
Yeah.
look so different. Maybe that wasn't like a good point to go off on, but I think of that like two separate people in
There's
the
just
same thing.
there's two times that I feel in the movie that possibly could be dream sequences, and
Uh-huh.
one of them is when he's in the lounge and he's typing.
Yeah.
It just seems like it's so out of place, and it just like it's a big shift because in the next scene he's not like that. But
Right.
again, I don't foresee Stanley Kubrick doing that shit.
Well, and
He's never really been a big like, yo, I'm gonna do a full 10-minute dream sequence.
right, the great random shot of just it's zooming out from Jack in the bedroom through the window of him just looking out the window, just way out of it. You know,
Oh
you know what
yeah.
shot I'm talking
Is
about?
that
Like,
the you talking
I
about the one where he's wearing the black turtleneck?
yeah, yeah, and I just love that shot is just randomly in the movie somewhere, because you just come to it, and then because they keep going from shot to shot, from Wendy to Danny to Jack. You know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah.
going to all these
There's
different
definitely
things.
some weird editing choices in this movie. I'll give you that. Like there is like a couple weird decisions that they work, and I don't know if they would work so well with another director, but they work for him, you know. But like that shot in
Well, and
general,
I
that one too, it's just randomly out of nowhere and stuff.
well, I
But it's
think
a great shot, and
but I
everybody
think
remembers it.
right, I think it's a Kubrick way of showing that this time is passing. By doing these random
Yeah.
shots, it's these people in different scenarios, even when you could think like, "Oh, is this the same day?" But no, it's to show, I think, all this time is passing. Like, no, Jack's been sitting in this room for like 12 hours, like just fucking
Yeah.
staring out the window. You know what I mean? Like,
Staring out a window.
exactly. Like I just think that a lot of those shots are more just for you to get a feeling that time has passed. They've been here a fucking while, you know?
Yeah. So he's sitting in the Colorado lounge. Lloyd gives him a drink, and then it immediately cuts to nobody in the room again. And then that's when Wendy walks in, and she's like, Jack, there's somebody in the building. There's somebody in here. And he's
Right.
very dismissive again. He's just like, oh, fucking this bitch right here.
Well, he even
What
says to her, like,
now?
"What the
And he's
fuck are
just,
you talking about?" or something like
yeah, like
that.
he just is so dismissive right away. But yeah, she's like, Danny said fucking there's a lady that tried to attack him. And he's like, this fucking bullshit. All right, fine, I'll go check it out. And then he fucking sees the naked lady, and he just goes right for fucking some makeout time. And then he looks in the mirror and sees that she's not as hot as she would be.
Or
That was
alive.
definitely
Or
creepy. I
alive.
remember. Yeah, well, I just remember that when I was a kid. I remember seeing that, like, and that really creeping me out.
That was the scariest part
It
for
was
me,
it was like the
was
butt
watching
cheek.
that part. Yeah, like seeing when he like pulls back after looking at the mirror, and then he pulls back and looks down at her, and you see her face like first like point POV from Jack.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the
yeah.
creepiest shot, I think, in the whole fucking movie. Like that
I think it's
always.
the one right before that. Mine is right before that when he looks in the mirror and he sees her back is all fucking
Yeah,
ripped up and shit. But
that
then they even
whole
cut in
scene is
shots of
the
her just like
creepiest.
naked in the tub and
Yep.
back up, back down, back down. Another weird editing choice there.
Well,
At least
and
that's
no,
probably not how it'd be
but
done today.
well, but the editing choice there is so perfect because it's showing you it's showing you the body, and then it keeps cutting back from that to then this being like laughing, because it just starts laughing coming out of the fucking
Yeah, yeah.
water. And
Yep.
then it goes to a shot of Jack there, then with this woman creature thing, whatever's going on here, like laughing the most creepy
A
laugh and
ghost.
going in for a fucking hug. You know, yeah, a ghost. But that shot right there, I think that the whole thing is just to make a feeling, not make it look like it's continuity. You know what I'm saying? Does that
Yeah,
make
yeah.
sense?
No, yeah. I mean, I get it, and again, I just think it's a weird choice for editing. Like nowadays, it would never be done like that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just like I think if this movie was made nowadays under the hands of a different director, there would be a lot of like trying to well, there'd be CGI walls and stuff. They'd try and show you that the hotel was alive. And I think
Oh
it would
yeah.
just be it'd be so dumb the way that they would do it nowadays, you know.
Well, and I
They'd
think
probably have
like
a big zoom in shot on the boiler, like
right,
and some
right.
laughter in the background or something. Like they try and show you something like that. I need
They'd
to
go.
get something to drink. My time
y-
up.
Oh, I mean, like nowadays, like what you were just saying, it sounds like they would try to make the building more of a character. You know what I mean? Like if they zoom in on the boiler and
Exactly.
put the
Oh yeah.
laughing there.
It would be House on Haunted Hill or some bullshit like that.
Right, right. And I think that is where Kubrick probably like maybe foresaw that and he was just like, that would make my movie corny as fuck. Like if I tried to make it this. And like you said,
I don't even think there was anything to base it on back then though. I mean, I'm trying to think of this movie came out in 1980. I don't think there's a lot of haunted houses like movies like that. I mean, that's in your late 90s with that just garbage CGI.
right. Well, and
Where
it
everything looks like when that first like hour of LSD hits and like all the fucking carpets look like they're moving and shit.
it looks like you could grab it with your hand and it's like an object that's there. Yeah.
Whenever I see shit like that, that's all I can kind of like. That's the only way my brain can like fathom it. I'm like, just reminds me of like when LSD or mushrooms are kicking in, and like you look at carpet and you're like, oh, carpet's doing all swirly weird shit.
Like
But
it doesn't look real, but it kind of does because it's supposed to be there. Like that's kind of how it goes.
yeah. So now we're into full blown chaos pretty much after this, huh?
Well, I
There
always
ain't
loved it.
much.
I always loved that
There ain't
shot
much
because
after that because now Jack's pretty much insane after 237, I think.
well,
Even
and
though when he comes back from 237, he tells Wendy there was nothing. He
oh
lies to her
yeah,
right there because
yeah,
he's like there was nothing fucking in that room. You two are fucking crazy. And that's when I don't know if prior to that or just after that, Wendy makes contact with one of the cops on the fucking radio.
yep.
And then he tells her to leave all channels open while this storm's going on. And yeah, Jack starts sabotaging everything.
Well, so do you think at that point? Because I always loved the shot of him like um because he walks out of that room right like all like cranky and shit when he leaves the ballroom or whatever he's just like and then do you think that's like when he makes kind of the switch into he's like yep I'm gonna fucking do
Well, he's
this.
already had a drink of booze
Yep.
because he took down that bourbon like a fucking champ.
Yeah, that
He didn't
smile
even
natural
wince. He
nat
didn't even wince. He just
yeah.
fucking took that whole double down, just boom. So even though, like you were saying earlier, there is no booze in the hotel, but now he's drinking in his mind. He's drinking and he's
Yep.
going into his old patterns.
Yep. His
I
and
don't
it
know that they touch on it too much more after that one ballroom scene, but that's pretty much kind of where the big major change happens. I think, or one of them.
right because
Because
now
then
it's like
shortly after that, now she's scared for her life. He's fucking ready to kill everybody. And then Dick has already got the vibe that he's got to make his way to Colorado
well,
by
he's
this
on his
point.
he's like on his way or whatever because he calls those cops or
Cops,
whatever that
yeah,
she had talked to like shortly
and
after
asked to go
them, right?
check it out.
Yep, yep,
Yeah,
yeah.
and by now I think Jack has already stole those pieces, those whatever, like out of the fucking
It's
radio, and he
probably the
sabotaged.
two probably like tubes for like a tube amp or something that goes to like
Yep.
a yeah something like that probably. Um, but I'm just trying to think because he when does he get accused? When's the baseball bat scene? I'm trying to
Shortly after that,
yeah,
right
yeah, yeah.
after, shortly, because she's wearing the same outfit. She's got those, she's got that flannel with the
Yep.
bibs, and
Yep.
she's wearing the dress bib outfit combo with those boots.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's probably that same day because he's still wearing that red jacket too from when he got like woken up.
Right. Cause he ventured off after the ballroom scene and he was like all cranky. So he probably went to go fucking read his book. At one point Wendy had
Well,
found
shortly, no, that's where she finds what he's been typing.
that's what I was gonna say. And he finds
Yep.
her in there with you
Yeah,
know,
he creeps up behind her. You
yeah.
see him, you
And
see the back shot of her, and then you just see a shadow of him walking up.
and he
And
says, "Do you like it?" And that's when she's saying, "We need to get out of here. We need to get you and our boy help."
yeah, we need
And then
we need to fucking go.
and then she finds Danny with the thing. So like we're figuring out a little bit of a different order there. Cause then she finds
Yeah, yeah.
then she
Yep.
that already happened. And then she finds Danny shortly after that other scene and starts accusing him right away and is like coming
Yeah.
at him. And oh man, that scene, because you can see in his face where he's just like he genuinely
I'm not gonna kill you.
y-
I'm just gonna bash your brains
yeah,
in.
oh man, it's so good and it is such like that's where you're like, oh yeah, that's why Jack Nicholson did this. Like, have you ever seen the behind the scenes of Jack Nicholson preparing for his shots in that movie? Like,
I've seen a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. I don't remember specifically that part, but
yeah, yeah. But
I've seen my share.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
have you not to get off topic,
No,
but
it's
have you
good.
seen Room 237?
And that one was one that was like it was like a
It was a
documentary.
conspiracy thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
like, man, you take it with a grain of salt,
Right,
man.
right. I mean, I think
I like
I'd seen parts of it, I think.
I like conspiracy theories just as much as the next guy, but when
Yeah.
you start getting into counting cars in the parking lot and adding those up, that's where you lose me.
Or they're
Because like
parked
he was
there
like,
in this
"Oh,
or
Danny's wearing an Apollo 11 shirt, blah blah blah, this and this." If you notice in scene 37, there's 47 cars in the parking lot. There's 2 in the back. If you add that up and plus that and times that, and you're just like, "Oh, now you're pulling for strings, bro."
yeah,
like,
and that
like you had me for a minute. It was kind of interesting, but then as soon as you start going, if you'll notice, there's 6 candles on the wall. 6 minus 3 is 3. You're like, okay, cool,
well, and
So I don't know.
he wanted Danny, I'm pretty sure, I might be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure Kubrick's wife made the actor that was playing Danny, made him that sweater for the movie.
Sure.
The rocket ship one. I'm pretty sure it was like knit or something by
Yep.
Kubrick's wife.
Definitely.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I know that that was like deliberate, but who knows fucking why? There's probably some conspiracy on why it is the rocket ship.
Well,
Like with
Kubrick definitely had his hands in some
oh, in
stuff,
space.
but uh, but yeah. But you can definitely get a Indian kind of vibe in that place. Like
Yeah,
there's like there yeah, I mean, of course, it's Colorado too, I mean, it's supposed to be taking place there, I believe.
right.
So I mean, yeah, they said that part of it was about the Jewish Holocaust and the slaying of all the Indians. And I mean, I could see some of that stuff, but yeah. And then he said, it's 237 billion miles to the moon. That's why it's room 237. And so basically, what if you guys haven't seen the documentary Room 237? It's a conspiracy that Stanley Kubrick filmed the Apollo moon landings is what it basically is. And yeah, I mean, okay.
If so,
let's not go too
yeah.
into it, but that's basically what it is. Go check it out. It's a fun watch, but yeah, as soon as the dude starts counting cars in the parking lot, I'm like, all right, I'm checked out. Well, so now all hell's breaking loose.
Yeah, because
He's fucked up the phones. He's fucked up the didn't he fuck up the
yep,
whatever,
he
the Ranger.
pulled the cables out of the I forget what you call those fucking things, the big guys that like the crawler that goes up
Yeah.
the hill.
Yeah.
Which goddamn, like I'm already
Which
I'd already
Halloran ends up taking one up there. That's what he takes to get up there.
Well, he has to because he gets
What are
his
you doing over there, buddy?
is your dog okay?
Yeah, my dog's fine.
Because
She's just frustrated.
he drives and gets to the cops, and then the cops get him up there. Or no, these guys say that he can take one up there because they're saying like he's
Yeah.
crazy if he wants
Yep.
to drive this like crawler thing up the hill, and he's now crawling that thing through the mountains to get there. Like this guy's fucking determined. He just came from fucking Miami out to Colorado. Now he's cruising through the mountains on some crawler thing. He really cares about these people he met, 9 months ago or however many months ago, 6 months ago, 4
Yep.
months ago.
Well, I mean, it's all because of Danny. I mean, Danny's giving them.
They're
He's
shining.
sending them. Yeah, they're shining. So,
Which
so
goddamn, like,
basically now then Jack starts tearing the fucking place up,
yeah.
and he's on a fucking rampage now. He's completely consumed by the hotel.
I always loved the because I always think of like where is this person taking the shot or whatever, like the videographer, like
Yeah,
when
yeah.
and I love the scene where she locks him in the freezer, right? And and he's got his hand on that little thing that you used to like bump the freezer open or whatever, and he's like
Yeah.
it looks like he's trying to push there, and he's just like telling her like when he gets out he's gonna fucking kill her and shit. And the videographer is definitely like laying on their back on the floor in between Jack Nicholson's legs as he's like
Oh yeah.
right up against the
They're getting
fucking
that. They're
glass.
getting that good up angle shot for it.
It's so
That's a
good.
great. That's a great shot. That's a great shot. People have
Yeah.
talked about that shot in everything I've ever seen about this movie. It's
Yeah.
it's like the bull shot, like where your eyes are tipped down.
Yep.
You're supposed to look like a bull
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And he
The
definitely does.
bullshit.
And then supposedly then Grady lets him out, so apparently a ghost has the power to let him out of that freezer. And
Well,
in the book, I believe it's a mallet, but in the movie, it's an axe. Because I
yeah.
think he beats the shit out of himself in the book, doesn't he? Doesn't he like take the mallet to his face or something?
I think a couple times. I don't know if he beats the shit out of himself, but I think he does it to like because he's in like a man or like
Like,
not even manic, like an insane state. And I think he was just like
yeah.
testing it out to see that it worked in the book or
Yeah,
whatever.
well, it's definitely not an axe in
No.
the book. It's an axe in the movie. And then you get the famous "Here's Johnny" scene.
Well, and that was all ad-libbed. Like it's considered like one of the greatest ad-libbed scenes or ad-libbed lines from any movie because nobody knew what Jack was going to do when he came through the door besides Jack Nicholson. Jack Nicholson was who
Yeah, I
decided
think they
that.
definitely do a couple takes of it too, don't they?
Well, and that's my favorite one of the behind the scenes is seeing Jack Nicholson prepare for that shot because like it's him
Oh,
in
when
the
he's in the hallway, he's all shaking and he's
he's
like
in the
getting
hallway, he's holding
ready.
the axe and he's like murder, kill, murder, and like it's just
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson revving himself up to go be mass fucking insane killer,
Yeah.
and like but when he gets, I also love the fucking because he ad libs that whole scene, the huff and the puff and let me come in, the fucking
Yeah,
three little
yeah.
pigs and the big bad
Yep.
wolf, and he's the big
Yeah.
bad fucking
That's
wolf
so
right now.
good.
So iconic, dude. And then he just comes through the thing. Here's Johnny, and it's so like, why are you doing Ed McMahon from the fucking Tonight Show, like introing Johnny Carson? Why is that
Right?
what you say? It's so random, but exactly what he should have said when he comes through
Yeah,
the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like so
I
random.
agree.
And that's what makes it eerie is because it's like, why did he say this? But like, I'm terrified now. This guy's gonna fucking kill Wendy, you know?
Yeah,
One
and
of my
then
one of my
what do
favorite
they
scenes
what,
in all of any movie of all time. I mean, it's
is
genius.
Halloran dead by that point, or did he already
Yes,
get
yes,
axed?
because he had come down, he had come inside when
Yeah,
like
they were getting
Jack and
chased.
Danny they've been running through the hallways when Danny's like running in and out of those fucking like what you would have in like the kitchen or whatever, those like kitchen, the metal counters. He keeps going, or he was in those at the end of the hall. Then they make their
Yep.
way to the main lobby, and he comes in, and Jack gets him in the fucking stomach, and then he's like dead there, and Danny like runs off. And then Wendy finds
I
Danny. They
think
make their way to the fucking
he makes it
bedroom.
out alive in the book. The book, I mean, the book's
Halloran.
gonna be way yeah, he
Yeah.
makes it up.
Yep.
And then Wendy, they get in that bathroom, I think, and then Wendy shoves him out the window.
Shoves Danny, yeah, and she can't get out or whatever, and, because she
Yeah.
closes the one door and locks it to the bedroom, and then closes the door to the bathroom and locks it, and then shoves Danny out the window and says to get help, and I always am like, who's Danny gonna go find? Like,
Yeah,
Halloran just had to cruise up the
really.
fucking hill on this crawler. Where's Danny going to get help? The cars you just
Yeah.
sent your kid to go
There's
die
there's
out
no
in the
there's
mountains, dude.
nobody to come get him.
Like, you're dying, Wendy. Like, don't tell your kid to go like, yes, he's safe now, but, like, after Jack kills you, he's gonna go kill Danny, and Danny makes the right choice, you know? Like, well, because Jack backs off from the door, right? Because
I'm
Wendy,
guessing he
like,
realizes that they're going out the window, and he probably thinks both of them went out the window. Because then
well,
the
he
maze
gets
ch
he gets cut at one point on his hand.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yep.
He gets cut at one point and then pulls away from the door. But yeah, I love the maze because to do those 2 shots, the maze is not at the same place as the fucking like, that I think that was someone's private property, like someone's private garden in the middle of the
Yeah, you
fucking
can see it
mountains.
on the aerial
Um,
shot when they're pulling in that there's actually no maze anywhere near the actual hotel.
no, no,
Another sweet
no,
continuity
and
error
I
there.
well, but you would only know that if physically you go to that place, because they never showed a shot of them pulling up to the hotel either. So, like, you wouldn't have seen the
Yeah,
shot
but in the
either way.
beginning, Stuart Allman's talking to him about the maze.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
when they're
yeah.
first when he's doing the interview and shit. So that's how the movie pretty much ends there. Jack chases Danny
Well,
into
and
the
the famous the famous shot of Jack froze ice
yeah,
cube
yeah.
is so fucking
In
perfect.
in the book and in the miniseries, they do the boiler blows up. And that's what Wendy
Mhm,
is in the book. She's setting it up like she knows that if she keeps him busy long enough, he's gonna forget that he has to take care of the boiler. And even then, I
yep,
think she makes reference to they stop calling Jack Jack and they start calling him it by about the end
mhm,
of the book. They say it's after us.
right.
It's gonna forget about the boiler. It like they know that he's taken over now, or at least that's what I got out of
Yep,
it.
he's
Yeah.
no longer him. Yeah, yeah, and it being like, I think in the book, it is now the
Yeah, the
hotel.
hotel is definitely
Like,
taken
y
complete control.
yep, and I think in the movie, it is cabin fever kinda mixed with a little bit of the hotel. Like, obviously, this place is haunted, you have ghosts, you have this fucking creepy lady in the whatever, you have Grady, who's definitely dead, you have his daughters that are
Yeah.
definitely dead, and but so, like, this place is haunted, but also you get the feeling like it's partially Jack why things conspired the way they did. You know, it's Jack and the hotel in the movie. Like, because like you were saying the whole time, he started off from the basis
Yeah,
kind of a
he's already
prick.
kinda at
And
least
so
the way
like
that they
it
portray him in the movie. In Kubrick's version, he's a prick right out the gate. You have a couple nice scenes. You got the one where he picks Danny up, puts him on his lap, and he's like, "I love you. I would never hurt you." Blah blah blah. And then you got the morning scene where they wake him up, and he's wearing the yellow shirt that says like Soviet or Sovereign Nation or something on it. She brings him breakfast, and
yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
"That's what I was talking about before," where he's dipping his bacon in that egg yolk, and he's just staring at her. And she's like, "Hey, a little bit later on, we should go for a walk." And he's like, "Don't you think I should get writing?" Like right away, he's just condescending, like, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, I'm not here to go on a
there are a
walk with
couple
you.
decent scenes with him, but pretty much he's a prick right out the gate. Eh,
So I'm just saying, like, I think the relationship, like, they mold into one in the movie, I think, a little bit more. Like, the place being haunted plus Jack losing his mind, now that's made him susceptible to now, like, act on the the stuff that's happened at this
yeah,
hotel. Whereas
Kubrick,
the book is more so like the book just or the hotel, like, took him over in
yeah,
the book.
Kubrick basically takes a book written by Stephen King, and uses it as a vessel for his story. He liked the
which is,
outline of it.
I
He
mean,
liked the thought of having some
yeah.
people way out in the middle of nowhere, and then he kind of went, you know what I mean? And like he did it his way.
Well, which it wouldn't be the movie it
No,
was
definitely
without
not. And you can
Kubrick.
see by
Like
the
that.
miniseries. I mean, even if they would have had better actors in the miniseries, it's still,
And better
yeah,
directors, not Stephen
it's
King
it's
directing.
just, yeah, you know, Stephen King is a great idea guy. Stephen King's a great concept guy, but when he's fueled on alcohol and cocaine, he goes off the fucking rails, you know? All of a sudden there's a space
Mhm.
turtle, there's some other shit going on. It's like he has these great ideas. He's like, "Oh, there's a group of kids and there's an evil power in a town and blah blah blah." All right, there's a group of people fucking, you know, there's a car that's alive. There's fuck, you know, he's got these great ideas, but then when he brings them to fruition for film anyways, it's just really hard to do. Like Maximum Overdrive, bad movie, great book. You know, Christine, that I don't mind Christine too much. I like Stand By Me,
Yeah,
but
the
I think
original,
Stand
I don't
By
know.
Me wasn't so that's a
Stand By Me
well,
is
that's
so
just a
good.
short story anyways. A lot of his shit's a short story. I mean, The Mangler is literally like, isn't it like 2 pages? And they made a
Yeah,
full
I
movie out of The
that's based
Mangler.
he basically wrote the premise and then they went and made a
Yeah.
movie on it
Well, it
because
was in one of his
it's
short
very
story
short.
books. I don't know if it's in Graveyard Shift or Night Shift or whatever, but I know Night Shift's got Salem's
Well, and I
Lot.
think Stand By Me, that's based on that's ba I think Stand By Me because that's called The
Yeah.
Body
Yep, and
that
that's
he
a short
wrote,
story
and I
too.
think, it's
It's
just a really
probably made
but it's like a tiny little book, right? Like, you can buy it as a little book, I
I don't
think.
think so, man. It's in a short stories collection.
No?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
okay,
in
okay,
Dreams
okay,
and
okay.
something. I have the book, but I don't think that it might be in that one. This is why we need a
I
book
can't read good,
enthusiast. We
so
need
it's
a
okay.
third person that just knows everything about books to correct us on our
Yeah.
bullshit. But no,
It's
Stephen King,
alright,
though,
I
to
could
get
talk
back to it,
bullshit
Stephen
too.
King's a great idea guy, and some of his stories are super awesome, but he just has a tendency, at least back when he was doing blow and drinking a lot, to just kind of like let the story get away from him a little bit.
And, like, visually, when it comes to him directing
Yeah.
things, I don't think visually he can bring it to
Yeah.
fruition because he's kinda
Yeah, and
all over the
again,
place
these
when it comes
in
to
a
that.
book you have things like inner monologues and just long write-ups that you can do where you can give people
Mhm.
information that's really hard to show that in a film.
Well, and he's a detail
Oh yeah,
guy
he's very,
and,
very,
like,
very,
extreme
yeah,
detail guy when it
yeah.
comes to writing, and that's
He'll tell
probably
you he'll
another
write a
part of
fucking
why he didn't
3-page
like.
fucking, you know, just on a severed hand, you know? Like, and it'll be
Yep.
every
Yep,
little
and
detail about that severed hand.
well, and that goes back to maybe some reasons why he didn't like The Shining that Kubrick made because Kubrick, he's not going to give you every single detail. He's not going to force feed you that shit. He's going to show you there's probably a shot in there or there's probably many shots in all of his movies that he only understands this one aspect of the shot, but it's something that goes towards the
Yep.
plot. Like in a shot, he probably has 10 things that you could pick up on and you're going to pick up on things over the years as you're watching it, but it's not so deliberate like Stephen King describing the basement in It
Yeah,
for
yeah,
40
right?
pages. You know what I
You
mean?
just you gotta
Like
quick
there's a
do a
large
pan over,
difference
you gotta
there.
show some stuff and hope people catch on to it.
But Kubrick knows all of it. Like he's thoroughly thought it all over, but he's and I'm not saying that Stephen King dumbs down his audience, but Kubrick's not going to do that by showing you deliberately everything he wants
Yeah.
you to get out of this one shot. He's way more
Yeah,
deep than
and with
that.
writing too, I mean, if you wanna do a write-up on, like, let's say, a police report, you can literally write that whole police report as being a page in the book,
Right.
but in a film, you're not gonna sit there and go to the top of the fucking police report and pan down the it's just gonna be a quick
No,
pan to it. It's gonna show that there was a report. Maybe in big letters it said "tried to escape" or something like that, so you're kinda like, "Okay, you gotta
right.
notice that
The
part."
one aspect that you should
Yep,
get from that
yep.
shot for sure.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, it's
And I think that's just both. both of their different ways of going about doing
Yes.
their
And
thing. Kubrick's not gonna force
I
feed you a
think
story.
Kubrick wanted to play on the cabin fever part more than the haunted hotel, is what it comes down to. Because
Right.
he's trying to portray that these guys are going goofy because they've been, stuck in the same place for months upon months. Whereas that is part of the deal in the book, but in the book, it's much more that the hotel is blatantly trying to fuck these people over. Like the hotel is alive.
Right.
It is letting you know, like, I'm gonna fucking screw with this dude. He's not mentally stable. The
Well, and the cats are on prowl. Those ones from the fucking garden, the cats that are, like,
Yeah.
coming out now, the lion, the tiger, like, it's like they're on the prowl. They're watching you, fool. Like, that's what it's letting you know while you're seeing this movie is like, "Hey, we've got the outside." Like, if the hotel doesn't get you, we've
Oh, we
got
got
you
you
out
out
here in
here
the
too.
garden, you know? Like, it's letting you yeah.
Well,
That's so legit.
where would you what rating would you give this film out of 10?
Me? I'm a out of 10, and I'm a hard grader when it comes to stuff
Yeah,
like
not the
this,
book, not the
but, like,
miniseries, just
uh
this movie, The Shining by
no,
Stanley Kubrick.
no,
I'm I would say
give me
for
give me yours. What is your rating?
well, this one isn't a real top one in my book is the problem. It's a great movie and it should probably be in some kind of hall of fame for fucking horror movies. But I would probably say maybe 6.5.
Yeah, I'm more like an 8.5,
So,
and that's me
but
that's me,
I also
like,
think that Hard
all
Rock
movies
Zombies is
all
one of the
movies are
greatest fucking films ever. So you might not want to take my opinion for it, man.
no, I mean, I might be like I'm like an 8.59, okay? Like, that's probably where I'm at, but I have a hard time giving anything a 10, you know? Like,
I
I think
mean,
like, I have a hard time saying, like, anything's my favorite song,
oh,
anything's
me
my
too.
favorite movie. I watch fucking The Shining every single year, probably within a week of when I watched it the last year, you know? Like, it is like clockwork that I watch this movie. It's in my bones that I watch this movie every year,
I have
and
several
I have for
movies like
probably
that
20
too
years,
where
you
I
know?
know, well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna always watch the Treehouse of Horrors when it comes to October. I'm
Yep.
gonna watch every Treehouse of Horror. Like I love going through the old Simpsons. Um, I'm gonna probably watch Halloween. I've been watching some Halloween fan
Yep.
films, and yeah, I mean, it's October, so I want to like do like as much creepy fun things as I can. You know what I mean? So
Right. Yeah, we started the new Hocus Pocus 2 last night, and I'm thoroughly fucking stoked on
I
it,
got an
and,
invite to go watch that with a couple people, but I respectively declined. I didn't want to.
have you ever
I'm not
were
even a real big fan of the first one.
you didn't
I
like the
like
first one?
Practical
And I'm not,
Magic.
like, a mega fan. Well, and I love Practical Magic too, but Hocus Pocus was definitely more my jam, like, for,
I
like,
don't know it
those
enough.
spooky,
I have to watch the first one.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
To me, it just
that,
never like. I
you
mean,
know
being a teenager or whenever it came out or whatever, I was probably too cool for school on that one. I was like, "There's no blood and guts. Fuck this shit." But I'll check it out.
yeah, I mean, it's like you gotta think of it from the eyes of, like, a
Yeah,
10-year-old, like, because that's how old I was. No, I was
and
4
that's
or
how people
5
have
when
to
that
look at
movie
this
came
new
out, so, I
Rob
mean,
Zombie movie too, through the eyes of a fucking 10-year-old. Did you watch
which
The
one?
Munsters yet?
No,
It's
is
on
it good
Netflix, but
or
it's
no?
kiddie. I mean, it's not meant for.
I mean, but the original
Yeah,
show was kiddie.
well, but he's getting a
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
shit for it, and I'm not a big Rob Zombie supporter by any means, but I definitely was like, yeah, this is probably a movie that 5 to 12-year-olds are going to religiously watch now for the next 10 years. This is going to be their jam. You know what I mean? We had our
And are
thing
people are
when we were
people
kids. We had our thing. Maybe it was a Charlie Brown Christmas, or maybe it was this or that or whatever. But I mean, critics are so harsh on things that like aren't really meant for them. Like I'm a big proponent of Star Wars is a fucking is a movie about light swords for kids. Like, quit trying to make it any more than that. It's not. I don't care what fucking third-rate
like
fucking underground comic you read about the dark side of fucking Luke Skywalker. That's great. But when it comes to the movies, they're for fucking kids.
and we don't have. I don't want to hear about all your
Yeah.
politics for 2 whole movies.
Well, dude, that's a
one from the
thing that I
90s.
find when I meet younger people that like Star Wars, they adamantly love 1, 2, and 3. That was the first thing that they saw.
Oh,
And you're gonna have people that you're gonna
I
have
saw,
kids that just watch this whole Rey saga, and they're
Right.
gonna think that is the best. That Star Wars doesn't get any better than that, and that's fine. That's their movie. That's for their generation. We had ours. They don't. You know. It's even going back and watching this fucking movie, The Shining, man. Like, can you imagine showing a kid this that's 18 or 19 right now?
and that's
There's no blood. There's no scary sound effects.
and that's a
There's
bummer
no
because
jump scares. There's no
I
this.
loved.
They would think this
No, I don't know
movie
if I
is
loved.
boring as fuck. I guarantee it. I mean, you obviously have your people that would love it still, but to an average kid that just likes Bye Bye Man or fucking It Follows or fucking any newer kind of horror movie, they're gonna say
Mandy,
The Shining by
fucking
Sting.
Mandy, dude.
Yeah, I haven't seen Mandy yet. I heard good things.
Oh my god, dude. That if there's any movie you need to introduce yourself to this Halloween season, it is Mandy. I guarantee you will love it, and just go fucking watch it. Just be ready for a mind fuck. Because
I will.
I can't recommend it more. That's the movie that I'll tell you to watch because it is Nick Cage at his fucking finest, and it is such a fucking mind fuck.
I can dig on that.
So legit, yeah. But no,
right,
I fully. Sorry.
Well, it's just gonna say I'm gonna wrap this up. Me and you can continue to talk after this. I think we've made our point. So go out there and watch The Shining.
Yeah. And
or
happy
else.
Halloween.
Happy Halloween.